Hey everyone, welcome to Humans of Crypto, the show where we go beyond the blockchain to explore our partners' journeys, ambitions, and stories that drive them. I'm your host DK from the Binary Holdings, and today I'm joined by Rahul Lama, founding member at Timepass Games. What we're going to discuss today is kind of the crux or basically the intersection of where Timepass and the Binary Holdings lie. Our topic today is going to be why hyper-casual games are the secret weapon for telco loyalty. All right, Rahul, maybe you can do a short intro about yourself and then I will dive into the questions.
Hey, my name is Rahul. I've been working in Timepass Games as a founding member. So, just giving a brief about what I did and where I came from, where I am come from. So, I started my career as a software engineer, progressing into a senior engineering role. Then I transitioned into a working on the product side as well. So right now I'm strongly focused on the growth side, scale, and development of the product. So interestingly, this focus and passion came both right back from the college days, where I was deeply involved in building and improving products, honing both my technical and product centric mindsets. Uh, this combination of engineering and product centric mindset early on is been the foundation of my journey, helping me bridge the gap between technology and the product user engagement side, which then naturally led me to help and scale both products like Timepass Games that focuses not just on building softwares but on driving meaningful user experiences, growth, and I think retention as well.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for the intro about yourself. I think with your origin kind of story set clear, I think the motivations behind how you got into gaming and just improving product and tech lie pretty clear. But I kind of want to take it even a step further back. Before Time Pass, I was looking at your LinkedIn profile, I was doing a bit of stalking, but before Time Pass, you were a co-founder at Udharkarta.
Yeah.
What were the biggest lessons from those early days in your career?
I think there were lots of lessons that I got as a co-founder, but I would list down few of them. The first thing I would say is like know your target audience first, in terms of geolocation, gender, age, anything like profession, etc. Whom you're targeting, it should be very right. And I think we should adapt to the constraints as we are in Southeast Asia. So we have lots of constraints that user has. Like it can be people might not be tech savvy. They might have budget smartphones with less RAM, storage, network capabilities, very patchy internet all over Southeast Asia. So keeping in that mind, we have to keep our app extremely simple. So like it should have very lesser interactions for simple actions. I would say next will be the frictionless design and UX, like based on our target audience. UX can vary, so it can be made in like we are from India, so it can be made in India, but for the people of Southeast Asia or US audiences, so we should build in India, but the focus should be on target audiences, how they behave, how they react with the product. So the whole research should be done upfront, and that's how where the learnings and other things like build fast fail fast philosophy I truly believe. So there's no point over engineering things before you reach a product market fit. Basically in total, this were the lessons which further helped me shape scale at Timepass Games as a founding member. Yeah.
Awesome. Do you subscribe to the philosophy of test and prod? This is like a very famous saying in crypto. It's kind of a meme because of the velocity at which the space moves. A lot of founders just ship it and then you test and prod. Is it similar to what you believe in?
Yeah. Before, I think if you reach before PMF, there's no point over engineering things. Like there's no point. You have nothing to lose right now. So just test it
Mm.
and get it done, and get it's. And there is one more thing I want to add. Like it's a feedback loop. I would say. Get things out, get some feedback, loop it in, iterate over things, and ship the product again.
Okay, and I mean, where do you generally kind of hunt for feedback? This is a bit off topic, so bear with me. So like, if you have like limited users, where are you hunting for feedback?
There can be multiple channels, like you can have a scope in the app itself, or you can directly reach out to the people because you have all the datas of the like datas in like numbers, how they log in. You can reach out to the customer, talk with few people here and there. You'll get the overall feedbacks. If you get a sample of 10 people, I think you are good to go for a day. So if you continue for a week, you will have a collection of like 70 feedbacks. So most of them will repeat itself. So you'll get a pattern, what's going wrong, what's going right. So based on that, you can iterate over and do things better on the next releases or next product iteration.
Okay. Now let's step forward in time to Timepass Games. I understand that you mentioned that, your capabilities in product development as well as uh, technology, backend technology and design kind of shaped you or put you into this founding role at Timepass Games. Um, but I understand that when people join startups or especially new companies, the motto changes a lot. So I guess my question to you is, what was the thesis when you first joined Time Pass Games? And has it evolved or has it stayed the same?
The main, I would say, like when the Time Pass game was started, the thesis was pretty simple. In India, if you have like nothing to do, so we just say बस time pass कर रहे हैं or time pass कर रहा हूँ. It's a Indian term, so it's part of an Indian culture. It can be different in different parts of countries, but that's exactly what we want to capture, but in a digital mobile first way. So our vision was pretty clear that we wanted to build a TikTok for games initially, a place where everyone can could jump in instantly, with no efforts, with no downloads, no steep learning curve, and just start having fun. So actually, we designed it for the moments, like it's a term, moments in between, between like while you're waiting for a friend, commuting on the metro, or taking a tea break. So so these are the things which actually uh, this whole time pass game is all about. But we also have some pillars that we focuses on, and this whole thesis is based on some pillars. We have core pillars, and those pillars are like, we believe in instant onboarding, like open play games in seconds with no friction. So so next, going to next point would be endless scroll or micro games, like how the trend is all about scrolling reels, variety of games, you never get bored, just like watching TikTok videos, Instagram reels. Next will be like, more importantly, cultural relevance. It's not sounding more of a tech, but game that builds with Indian theme, humor, that feel familiar and get attached to your like feelings, to your target audience. So in that, we have some games in our time pass games. We have a segment called meme game, so where you need to choose a game, then we can choose some characters, some backgrounds, some assets, and we can drop some music. So in just 10 seconds, our AI, our custom game is ready to play and share with friends. It's fast, it's funny, and it's endlessly hilarious. So you can create some meme games out of it within 10 seconds. So there are another point, like what we believe is integrable to the other platform, B2B platform as well, so that we can give the partner users the same experience that we give to the B2C side. So that is another point. So last point, what we believe is, and what we still believe is, that we can make someone's idle time, if we can make someone's idle time enjoyable, you can turn into that a daily habit. I think that's the magic of time pass, and that's what time pass game is all about.
Awesome. Yeah, I think your thesis around the moments in between and turning those moments in between into a habit just based off of how simple things are essentially the same that what we subscribe to at Binary. Like As you know, or as most listeners know, OneWave is a PWA that's embedded inside the telco app, which means that basically any user who stumbles upon OneWave inside the telco app for loyalty, they don't need to download any of the apps or dApps or games that are
Correct.
inside our loyalty program. So what that means is basically they can just enter a pre-downloaded, pre-existing app, engage with games such as Timepass Games within that, and actually earn money. So not only are they just doing time pass, as us Indians say, but
Correct.
they're also making money while doing time pass. And I think for not just Indians, but just Southeast Asians, I
Correct.
think that's a good deal, right? We're always looking for a good
Great.
deal, and that's a great deal. So yeah, cool, man. I appreciate that. I really like that thesis, especially around time pass. It's something. It's a term that my father uses a lot. Whenever I'm playing games or something, he'll be like time pass kar raha hai?" So yeah, it's it's something I relate to. Okay, let's talk about some stats here. I mean, time pass is at least from the games I play.
Yeah.
You guys have over a
Yeah.
hundred games, if I'm not wrong. But let's talk about some numbers from your end. Like, how many players do you see maybe on a monthly basis? What genres work best for you? And let's talk about some of the games that have surprised you in
Like
terms of
in
performance.
total, I can say like our app downloads is nearing around like 5 million downloads, and I believe we are on track to hit 1 million monthly active users very soon with a healthy DAU of around 80K. The total, I think, gameplay session is over 60 million so far, with users often playing multiple times a day. I will give you some brief about the last month traffic. So the unique visitors was around, I think, 3.16 million. The total request was around 162 million in around include games launches, game contents like game loads, and total data served was around 23 terabytes in a month last month. And based and if you want to categorize based on like which games were the top performing, I think the Fruit Merge is a game where we have a healthy average session time of 90 minutes. Then we have 2048 game that has an average session time of like 60 minutes, and followed by Cars Out, which has 50 minutes average session time. Yeah, that's the metric we have right now for the current last previous month.
Awesome. That is super impressive, and I hope you guys hit a million real soon as well. Yeah.
So,
Okay,
should I
awesome.
add some-
Now, I
Yeah,
guess
should I
let's
add
segue
something with
into,
this,
yeah,
like how
sorry.
this B2 side and B2B is related? So how once integration of B2, our Tampers is integrated, once it's integrated to the B2B platform, how this engagement and retention increases. I will give you some brief numbers
Oh,
about
yeah.
that. So now after integrating like our catalogs, we have seen or observed like there is an increment of 82% increase in engagement and retention within just 3 months, turning their apps into daily destination rather than occasional utility application. So I think hyper casual gaming is just not just passing time. I think with this we can create a habit loop that keep users coming back again and again.
Okay. That is super interesting to hear, specifically because although like a telco app is not a
Okay.
B2B app per se, it is like a business
Yeah.
focused app first, right? It's a B2C app that serves the business,
Yeah.
um, do B2B deals, well, if that makes sense. So essentially, if and when like hyper casual games like yours and Time Pass, once they're integrated into OneWave, um, we see a spike in DAUs, MAUs, engagements, then that directly benefits the telco, which is the host. Um, Barter better deals and better brand deals, better sponsorships, and provide better offers based off of those sponsorships to the customer.
Yeah.
So it's
Win-win.
a win-win-win kind of scenario that we have. So that's really cool. So I'm excited to see how that develops as well. Okay, now let's talk a bit about our partnership. I mean, you've now partnered with us at the Boundary Holdings, and your games will sit inside one way. What was attractive to you about embedding Timepass in the telco loyalty program rather than living, you know, on your independent website or the
Uh,
App Store or the Play Store?
as we have not partnered yet, but the most attractive thing was the unmatched scale that brings into the table and the distribution it has and it offers to us. Like although the binary holding we have, so it's a partner we want to be with, so we have a direct path to access 150 million plus phones across Southeast Asia, right? That reach you gives you simply uh, like uh, directly you can reach 150 million peoples right before, without installing any apps, without doing anything, like just be on just see the numbers and like if you can touch like 150 plus users in the Southeast Asia, so that's a big chunk on the Asian side as well, right? So and about this integration, it's all about the users instead trying to pull people into yet another standalone app. We are embedding our, if we want to embed our games right inside the telco loyalty and utility apps, so we have right, the binary holdings gives us the platform to do so and to reach to 150 plus million users. The plus side with this is like as you said, it's a win-win situation, right? So users get quick, fun, time pass environment with meaningful rewards, and telcos get higher retention, more daily activation, more stronger emotional connection with the customers. With the integration, I think so. In short, I would say moving beyond just the application store into the binary holding one wave network. I think it's not just distribution, but it's distribution with built-in amplification of loyalty programs and yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for that, Rahul. I think that's a solid explanation of um, how distribution is kind of a hack for a lot of developers and studios and companies such as Timepass. Um, just along the same lines, couple of questions, right? My first one, I'll ask you and then you answer, and then I'll ask you the second one. So basically, everyone throws around Web3 right nowadays. Uh, and a lot of it is sure, there's some of it that's meaningful, but a lot of it is still up in the air. For you, do you have a concrete definition of what Web3 can do for a hyper-casual game studio or company like yours? And why basically adding a tokenized loyalty element to your games makes it more powerful and more sticky?
uh, for us, I think Web3 integration is not just about adding blockchain as a buzzword. It's about making rewards inside games truly valuable and portable. In simple terms, I think it means embedding tokenized incentive directly into the gameplay loop. So instead of just earning some like virtual points, I think that disappears or expires after a certain period, you need to redeem it. Players can earn tokenized loyalty points that actually hold some values. This tokenized can be tokens can be in form of redeem in the form of telcos, loyalty stores for data packs, discounts, vouchers, or physical products, or it can be exchanged in exclusive in-game rewards, skins, something, tournaments, backgrounds, or guns, anything like. Even trade with digital assets that carry over other experience into the ecosystem. I think this changed the philosophy of casual gaming. The fun isn't just about play and forget. I think every game session now contributes to something tangible now. So the player can use or own, and because we are doing this inside telco loyalty, we'll be doing inside telco loyalty ecosystem. The binary holdings, the impact is multiplied. The frictionless, no complex cryptocurrencies. People can no need to learn about like what Web3 is. It's very frictionless. So for us, Web3 isn't just about technology for its own. It's I think it's a retention and engagement engine. Tokenized loyalty points make gaming more powerful because they connect fun with values, and I think habit with rewards, and turn casual players into a loyal and returning customers for us. And as well as like casual games, we have behavioral changes, people come in, have more retentions, and I think overall the whole web3 can be used as a retention tool in the coming future for the telco industry.
Yeah, that's spot on. I think you also covered my next question, which was around behavioral changes and specifically around the fact that it is a great retention tool. Um, just I think the proposition of earning money while on like the toilet while playing a game is it's like it's too simple and too powerful to kind of ignore, right? I mean, who wouldn't be interested in something like that? So yeah, that's awesome. All right, Rahul, we go into the final section of the podcast. Um, this section basically talks about or gives other builders, new builders some advice. So to start it off, for other game studios or game developers listening, what's underrated? What's one underrated piece of advice you'd give to someone trying to build,
So I
games?
think for web2 game studios, wondering if it's too late to benefit from the emerging ecosystem like one wave. Like it's truth, like we are just at the beginning of the major shift going to happen in near future. I believe Web3 powered loyalty platforms are evolving, I think, very quickly, especially in the markets like Southeast Asia. If you can see, like, people wants to earn money, reward things on valuable things, rewarded on like proper system, rewarded tokens, where mobile telcos is the central of how billion people access. And in Southeast Asia, most of the digital assets are the mobile phones which people use, and this creates a unique and massive, I think, opportunity to for the web2 studios to differentiate, and by integrating tokenized reward system directly into their existing games, I think unlocking new levels of key to success in to start with early on. I think we shouldn't wait too much for the sidelines, experiment fast, build games with higher retention first mechanics, and incorporate all this token system utility from ground up, so that by, I think, doing so, studios can tap into this growing ecosystem and reach highly engaged user base that is already present, primed by tokenized loyalty programs. In short, I would like to say it's not too late by any means. I think it's the right time to embrace the new frontier, and we should adapt quickly and build bridges between web 2 and web 3 gaming habits, and we should be able to transition from web 3 to web 3 web 2 to web 3 integration, and it will be seamless process, I think, in the near future. And finally, I think, I believe those who have not moved in yet and thinking about so, if they move in early, will benefit, because the market leaders in the space are still wide open, markets are still wide open, and there is lots of scope for innovation, growth, and opportunity for this. Yeah.
Awesome. That's a fantastic answer that you've kind of wrapped up. I especially like the thought around it becoming seamless the more it's being done or the more it will be done. I think that's just how tech evolves, from basically being a very geeky, nerdy prospect to moving in the background. And that's kind of what we're chasing at Binary Holdings as well. All right, Rahul, final question for you. You've been a great sport so far. Um, what does success look like for Timepass Games
Uh,
over the next 12 to 24 months? Maybe you can cover something that's super exciting that's coming up and then talk about,
yeah,
some things you look forward to.
right now, so over the like right now, our stats for the B2C side is around, we are touching around 1 million monthly active users and 80K daily active users. This is very it's near term. So our long term goal is to reach 4 to 5 million DAO and 100 million MAU with higher day 30 retention. That's our target, and we'll be achieving soon, within the next quarter, I think so. So it's within like 8 to 12 months. We are projecting within like 8 to 12 months we'll be able to achieve whatever the target has been set. This is our milestone we need to achieve, and that milestone is just not a vanity number. I think it's a life testing ground, we where we every day test something. Every gameplay session teaches us something, gives some metrics how people are reacting with it, what drives repeat engagement, and that converts casual users into loyal fans or loyal players. And those learnings will, I think, will be directly fueled to b2b strategies as well. On the b2b side, I think our goal would be deepen our relationship with the binary holding as well in the telco network, which will be rolling out tokenized royalty gaming to millions of users. So we want to make games a natural part of daily app usage, not just entertainment, but habit forming engagement that boost average revenue per user and retention for the partners as well. For the product perspective, I think we'll be expanding our portfolios with more multiplayer and hyper casual titles, especially formats that have proven day 30 retention. Multiplayer competitiveness, leaderboard addition, rewards loops will be bridge for Web 2 uh, games angle. Our North Star will be like to lead the market with brand apps into platform people returning to every single day because there's fun, rewarding, cultural relevant. If you do this right, I think within 2 years now, Timepass Games won't just be a gaming company, will be known as the engine that powers engagement for hundreds of millions of users across the globe. Yeah.
Awesome. I like the ambition behind that, and I hope that the binary holdings can basically bring you closer to the goals that you've set for yourself, specifically with the distribution that we
Yeah.
have in regions that you're built for. Okay, I guess with that, we'll wrap the podcast up.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for your time, Rahul.